You want to talk about MJF's segment?
Yeah, let's please move past the Moxley Danielson segment.
Let's move right on by. MJF was out with Shawn Spears and his security. Now he's hired his own security. And it was the promo about Wardlow. Wardlow wasn't good enough to beat Scorpio. He's a pig. MJF did tell Punk there will be a rematch because Punk cheated to win, and he will attend Punk's funeral and on his grave. Trademark infringement, Max. Stephen P. New calls. Better answer the phone. The people are obviously behind Wardlow. And again, this is one of those things where all they need to do is just shepherd the folks in the direction they're already going. Just come right along with us. You're already going in that direction anyway. I'll accompany you. We'll take you right where we want you to go. But no! Because they always have to throw a stumbling block in through, you know what the P6 principle is, don't you, Brian?
No, what's that?
Poor pre-planning leads to piss poor performance. They thought this was going to be MJF did a great interview, and he also said, Wardlow, you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, which that's a Mama Cornette line. So he's using my stuff and he's using Mama Cornette's stuff. But he does the promo. Wardlow signed a deal with the devil. He can't get out of it. He said, I'm going to strap Wardlow to a cross like Jesus. Can you say that shit on television? That used to be something that might get kicked off television. Talking about that old crucifixion.
There were a few things said on this episode of Dynamite that I wasn't offended by, but I was surprised they got said on TV.
Yeah. I'm offended by very little except for bad phony wrestling. Otherwise, you can say anything. But I wince when things are said on television that, anyway, he's going to evict Wardlow's mother. But here's where the thing fell in the fucking hole. Wardlow comes out and has a bad fight with security, and security overwhelms him and holds him and immobilizes him there while MJF continues the promo while Wardlow has to, quote, sit there and listen to it. Bad mistake. Not only have they just been watching the other channel for 2 or 3 weeks to see how Brock Lesnar treats security. That's the way you get over. They have their big man Wardlow come out and be immobilized by a bunch of job guys in black T-shirts and listen to the dressing down. And then when security let him go, he backs out with a mean look on his face and MJF keeps talking. They could have done this right and been accused of copying Brock Lesnar, but it still would have been done right. Or they could have done this exactly like this and buried Wardlow as a goof, which is what they did. You don't immobilize a guy like that. If you've got the security there, they should have been fodder for him to fucking beat up and throw around while MJF made his escape. And even got to Spears. MJF need to be the one to make the escape. Yes, of course, they're doing the same thing on the other channel. Well, here's an idea. Just don't do the same thing they're doing on the other channel. Or if you're going to do it, don't make your guy look so much worse than the other channel's guy. Wardlow's a dipshit with his dick in his hand after this. Have you ever seen security hold the babyface monster and immobilize him like that?
Again, like you said, it's not just Brock Lesnar. We've seen other guys. We saw 10 of the Dark Order beat the shit out of a bunch of security guards a few weeks ago on TV.
That's 10 of them.
We saw 10 of the Dark Order, not 10 different.
10 of the okay, I see what the guy named 10.
The number 10 of the Dark Order beat up a bunch of security guards. So I agree with you, but
but Wardlow can't.
I think you're right. The fans are behind Wardlow, but I actually think the promo a couple of weeks ago was a mistake. And I think this was a mistake. I think it's one of those things, build the heat, say as little as possible, be on the mic as little as possible. In a way, give the fans as little of Wardlow as possible. Just make them wait to really want that match with him and MJF. And
don't let Wardlow talk. Let Wardlow do. Let MJF talk and let Wardlow do.
Yes.
And Wardlow was talking, and then he wasn't doing. What about if MJF had come to the ring? This is out of my ass completely now. I just thought of this. If MJF comes out the ring and starts cutting the promo with Spears and says, and I've got security standing by because since Wardlow doesn't work for AEW, he works for me, and I've told him he better not be here tonight. I've got security that I'm paying standing at the back door. They will not let him in the goddamn building. And then you could break a camera loose to go to the back door and see Wardlow is pulled up, and he sees that through the fucking double doors, the back of the arena, through the windows, he can see these guys standing there, and he tries to open the door, and it's locked. And the guy walks up and says, shakes his head, you can't come in. And then MJF continues doing his fucking promo. And all of a sudden, you go back to the camera shot because maybe MJF refers to something in the back like they're going to be there all night. Make sure Wardlow can't fucking come in. And just then, you see Wardlow driving a fucking pickup truck through both those doors, sending a couple of the security guys up over the fucking hood. I've done that to somebody before. They weren't hurt too bad. And that's the way he comes in the fucking building. And then he can drive the goddamn truck. Moxley can come out of the parking lot every goddamn week. Why can't Wardlow drive the pickup truck that he just bashed the doors in into the arena and jump out of it and MJF's already run off or whatever, anything other than being emasculated, having his cock cut off, and being held there while he was given a verbal dressing down and then let go and allowed to back out of the arena with a mean face. Fuck you. I want a goddamn homicidal maniac after MJF, not a goddamn putz. They made Wardlow a putz. All right, are we moving on?
I think so.
Okay.
I hope so.